Can you guys hear me okay? Mike and Ravi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. We have Mr. Mike Kanban, Mr. Raviprasad here tonight to answer questions for us. We have a list of questions for him to give you guys an opportunity to ask them some questions as well. We want to be able to find the money that we need to do the deals that we want. On Facebook, if you guys have any questions, just post them in the comments and post them in the Zoom link. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Mike. He can go ahead and introduce himself first.
Yeah, so I'm with Richmond Mortgage in Richmond. Our website's richmondmortgage.com. You can go there and it's self-explanatory. When you have a deal, you fill out the 5-minute loan application. Takes about 5 minutes, and then you hit send and it comes to me and I'll contact you and put the deal together. I see we got sent a list of questions. I'm not sure about the first one. In today's market, is today's market playing any role in lending? If so, how?
Mike, can you hear me? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself. I'll ask the questions. I got the questions in my hand now.
Oh,
so I'll just and let you guys answer them. And Ravi, if you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, I just unmuted myself. Can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Raviprasad, and I'm working as Prasad Associates, Inc. This company was formed about 30 years ago. I've been in real estate for at least 30 years, maybe more. And then I started lending at that time because it's all part of the business. In real estate, you always have money that comes in and out, and you have to start doing some loans. So I started doing that early on, but it was not a real business at the time. But for the last 5 years, I started in a very small way, and I like it. It's a good business. It's a business where not only are you making money, which is always the aim, is to make some money as you lend money out, but the second aim, which I like even better, is that we help you. We make sure that when we lend money to you, or at least in my business, when I lend money to you, that you are successful and that you make money. If you don't make money, then I also don't make any money, and it's not a good feeling. So I want to feel good, and I want to make sure that you all make money. And for that, we need to make sure that we check your background. We make sure that you have licensed people who can do quality work, that you are buying the property right. And once all of those things work out, then we will approve the loan, and we'll work with you to make sure that it meets your needs and you make money, and that's how we make money. So that's our aim in doing so. I've been in this business in a big way only in the last 5 years. So I'm a small-time operator. I don't do any big staff or big office or big deals. I stay on the low end of the totem pole as much as I can. That's my introduction. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for your introduction. So I'm going to ask a list of questions to our lenders tonight, and then I'm going to open the floor for you guys to ask questions. And so if I don't ask your questions, you make sure you write down. Do you guys have paper? I hope you guys. Yeah. In and out?
Yeah.
It feels like it. All right. So, Mike started to answer the first question, which is today's market playing any role in the lending? If so, how? So we are going to go ahead and let him finish that question. And again, the question is today's market playing any role in lending? So how?
Well, if the question is, the only thing I can gather from that question is what's the market like? And it's a good market for real estate. Rates are very low for the end buyer. So after something gets renovated, it sells quickly. if you did a decent job and, you're priced at the market, you're going to do well, probably maybe get multiple bidders. So I'd say it's a good time to be selling renovated real estate. And of course, the difficulty is on your side as investors is finding that property because there aren't as many of them. But I think that will change down the road once vaccine gets widely spread and more property comes on the market. I'm seeing a little more of that right now. So I think that's the question you were asking.
Yes. Reggie, what do you think?
Oh, me? My turn? Okay.
Yes.
The question was about the money flow right now in the present market, and the answer is yes. There is always a lot of money that is available, especially in these days, because a lot of money, as you can see, is going into stock market. Stock market is going up and up and up, and obviously there is a lot of money flowing into stock market, and a lot of money is going into real estate as well. Interest rates are at an all-time low. I cannot remember in the last 30 years ever finding rates that are this low, and how many buyers there are. So there are really two factors that are affecting the market. One is the money supply is there, and number two, the housing inventory is short. There's just not enough housing, and there are more buyers than there are houses. Now that's a great scenario for investors like yourself. All you have to do is get a house ready to sell that can qualify for an FHA mortgage or for a bank loan, and there are plenty of buyers who are already qualified, and they jump at it. There was one house that I remember an investor was able to sell in 2.5 hours from listing to full price contract. It is amazing how fast it's moving. It's amazing how many buyers there are that cannot find a house. And if they like your house, there are plenty of buyers that are going to jump right in. So yes, money is available, and properties are selling fast, and they are selling at full asking price. But of course, trying to get a loan on a fixer-upper before you fix it is hard, because most banks don't want to deal with it. And that's where we come in. I hope.
Which brings me to my next question. Is there any advice you would give to investors regarding the lending in today's market?
Oh, I'll start off. Using private lenders, hard money lenders like Ravi and I is a good, because let's say you're a person who wants to accumulate a rental portfolio and you're buying an inexpensive house that needs fixing up. We're good for funding that. And then you get a tenant in, so it's cash flowing. Then you can take it to a traditional lender, and they're going to probably lend you 75 to 80% of the appraised value, and you probably can get most, if not all, of your cash back out, and you'll have a positive cash flow property. But before you really come to us and look for that property, you need to have your contact made with that final lender, that FHA broker, or the Fannie or Freddie, or one of the big national finance companies that likes to finance rental properties, and line that up so you know what their parameters are, what credit score they want, what kind of rent amount versus your mortgage payment they want. And once you have that figured out, then you got to go find the property. But if you find it and you fit those parameters, Ravi and I are gonna finance it for you, because you've probably found a pretty good deal.
All right. So you're basically saying to go and speak with the bank about the opposite end of the sale, not the investment end of the sale, the resale end of the sale.
Yeah. Well, the resale or the refinance.
The refinance. Yeah. Okay. Reggie, what do you think?
Yes. Basically, you want to shop around for the loans. You want to make sure that the loan you're getting is the best loan you can get. In a fixer-upper, like I said, government loans, FHA loans will not deal with the property. So you may end up coming to a hard money lender like us. Now, it may sound like a hard money lender costs more, but believe me, if you can do the property from buying to fixing to selling in 6 months, you're a winner. No matter where you go for a loan, you're a winner. So as long as you keep that time frame short and you can flip it in 6 months, maximum 12 months, but you want to go 6 months. And then you can come and make a lot of money, plenty of money is available. And I know personally that we love good investors who can fix it right and who can do it in a timely fashion and are able to sell it within a very short time, 6 months. So if you can target for that, you have plenty of money available right now.
Yeah. I think you'd be surprised if you compared apples to apples, even with banks that have very low rates, but by the time you look at some of their fees that they require and the time it takes them to make a decision, we're not as far apart in terms of cost as you might think. You'd be surprised.
And that was actually another question of mine. Why should investors work with hard money lenders over banks? So that was one point you brought. Do you have any other points you would like to discuss?
Ravi?
Yes, I would jump on that one. I did a calculation and I also learned it through my own personal experience because I was buying a property, I was selling it, and I was going to flip it. And when I did that, I realized that all these fees really add up. And the bank gave me a very low rate. And I went to a bank and qualified and they gave me the rate. And then they took a long time to approve the loan. They would have to have it appraised. So of course they send an appraiser there. Then appraiser takes a few weeks to get back to the bank. Then the bank reviews it and on and on and on. And then there is points and there is origination fees and then there is all kinds of fees. And if I could do it in 6 months, I would venture to say that hard money loan is cheaper. Don't have exact numbers in front of me, but I remember from my own experience, I said, why did I go to the bank? It's much easier to go hard money. It's so smooth, so simple, and you have less fees. And you really save overall if you can do it in 6 months. You go to 12 months, you may not save as much. But within 6 to 12 months, if you can do a deal, you're a winner.
Yeah. And that's why people use us, because the banks can't move fast enough, and the sellers they got a lot of buyers, and they're going to close with people who can move quickly and close. And banks they can't make a decision even if you are qualified. But most banks don't want to deal with property that's not cash flowing when it comes down to it.
Yeah. When I was working with the bank, I realized that it takes so much time, and time is very important. Time is money. And when you're dealing with banks, you're not controlling the time at all. And their fees are very fixed. You can't negotiate. Now here with the hard money, time is such a big advantage because I can approve a loan in 1 day. It takes 30 minutes in the property, and I know what it's worth and what I can lend. And we can talk right there and we can settle it right there. So you can take a day or maximum 2 days and you have an approval. With the bank, it takes weeks and weeks. So.
Right. What's next?
If I can read the next question, it says, I don't know if Sandy is listening. Question number 4 is, how do you qualify investors or deals? Does the amount of deals they've done count? Go ahead, Mike.
Well, we don't check credit. We base everything upon the experience level of the borrower, how complicated the renovation is, and how good of a property buyer they are. So if the deal makes sense from a loan to value point, then we're probably going to do the deal. And we're typically going to lend 65 to 70% of the after repair value. And most people are going to put down somewhere between 10% to 20% as a down payment. Although I have some repeat borrowers who I have a lot of confidence in and who do, you know, deal after deal, and I can see that they know what they're doing, and I will sometimes do deals with them with 0 down. So it can vary a lot with who I'm dealing with and their experience level.
Okay, my comment on the same question is that we do not qualify the investors, we qualify the property. So the main focus of everything we do is based on the property. If it's got the correct after repair value and the loan to value makes sense, then we can deal with it. Certainly the experience counts. As far as an investor goes, it's not his credit, it's his experience. If he's done it before and he's got licensed people who can do it right, then we have more confidence and we can deal with that. So it's very, very personal and very, very simple for us.
So has Sandy left the meeting, or is audio off?
I'm on now.
Okay. Do you want us to just keep going, or what? You want to talk, ask people questions, or what?
Kiosha, are you on there?
Yes, I'm here.
No, Kiosha, she's our meeting host. Kiosha, are you there? Let me see. Let me just try to, yeah, you guys, I tell you what, Mike, if you want to just do some presentation, you know, what you'd like to bring to the meeting at the moment, and I'll just let them know that that's what how we're headed in this direction.
We'll just continue down with the questions, Ravi and I.
Okay, that's great, thanks.
And hopefully they're all listening. The 5th question is, how does an investor's portfolio play a part in their lending capabilities, or in their borrowing capabilities, I guess is what they mean. You know, if an investor has a portfolio, it obviously shows that they've got some experience in this business, and that's what Ravi and I are both looking for. You know, people who have experience, can bring a project in on time.
What happened?
All right, I think we're good. Do you need anything?
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys hear me?
Yeah.
So we're going to try and get ready back on the screen.
We were on question number 5. You want me to continue?
Yes. Or number 4. Well, we were. Let's just go past it. Let me just choose the new question because I do not remember.
As Mike was saying, under 5, it says, does the portfolio of a person borrowing matter? And the answer is, yes, portfolio is important, but only in confirming that the borrower has experience, that he's done it before and he's got a nice portfolio. But it's the property that matters. In my way of lending, property is the #1 determinant. So if you get the right property at the right price, it's much more motivating than your portfolio. However, portfolio reinforces the fact that you know what you're doing, you've done it before, and you've done it well.
Right. So Ravi was answering, how does an investor's portfolio play a part in their lending capabilities? So and I don't know if you guys were able to put the answer with the question, but we're going to go ahead, you know, and ask Mike to repeat his question because we didn't hear your answer, or repeat his answer because we didn't hear your answer.
For the question about the portfolio, is that what you want, Kenosha?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it just shows the person has experience, that they can bring a budget in on time, on budget, that they have experience with contractors. And, a lot of things can go wrong with contractors. And you have to know how to manage them. And, if you have good contacts with contractors, you probably weeded through the bad ones and have sort of retained the good ones with your portfolio. So that's a big plus, to be able to have the right contractors.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to backtrack a bit. How do you qualify the investors or the deals? Or the deals?
Well, we qualify first, the property. We're going to lend typically 65 to 70% of the after repair value. And we don't look at credit. What we do is we look at how good a buyer the person is, what kind of experience they have in rehabbing or lack of experience. And that's how we really judge the deal. And, I look for a way to make the deal work. A lot of times there's some creative solutions you can do with the property seller or other additional collateral, or, we look for creative solutions. That's kind of one of our niches and one of Ravi's niches. So we usually want anywhere from 0 down to 20%. Most people are putting down about 10%.
Yeah, that part is very typical. I always ask for 10%. There was a time I used to ask for 0, but now I've become a little more careful. 10% is what I call skin in the game, so that you do have some reason to stick to the project. If something goes wrong, that you don't walk away. That's my main consideration there. And having good contractors is key. I would recommend this, and it's not part of this question, is if you don't have the experience and you're doing it for the first time, make sure you have a partner who has done it before, because you're going to learn a whole lot doing it with him than to learn through mistakes that you make.
Right. I would highly recommend what Ravi just said. If you can find someone that has experience, they probably have contractor contacts. Even if you're giving up, a lot of the profit, it's worth it on that first deal. They will help you a lot, and you'll have a lot of confidence in what you're doing. And I know, I can refer you, and Ravi can refer you maybe to somebody who might partner with you, and we'd be glad to help you on that.
We will always find a partner.
And Oni is certainly a good partner.
And
other people, have a lot of experience.
I'm sorry. But you will always find a partner because everybody wants to make money. So what qualifications would you say an amateur investor would have? Someone who's like not done any deals, but they want to do it, they have an idea of it. What advice would you give to them? Ravi, can you hear me?
I think for somebody who's doing it for the first time and has no experience at all, it raises a red flag. So I would say let them do a deal where they can save pictures of before and after and are able to show what they can do, or have contractors or partners who have done it with them before. It's much easier. I get nervous when it's the first time and they are trying to fix it themselves, or they have jackleg people who are not going to do it right, because that ends up costing more to the lender and to the borrower both.
Yeah, I would say for a person who has never done a deal, start out with a simple deal, something that's not very complicated, a house that's not real old, and you'll probably have to put down more money than an experienced person, but in the beginning, that's a good way to start. It gives us a feeling of safety because you have more money down, and it's not a complicated deal.
Gotcha. Would you make a relationship or establish a relationship with a wholesaler?
Oh yeah, love wholesalers. I refer wholesale deals to investors I know. If I see a deal a wholesaler happens to send me to, other real estate investors I've financed, and I also refer investors over to wholesalers. So if a wholesaler wants to list their website contact on our website, we have several wholesalers that do that. So like Adam knew over there, yeah, if you want to list your link on our website, give me a call, and I'd be happy to list your link on our website, so when people are looking for deals, they can click through to see what you've got available for sale.
Yes. As far as my answer on wholesaler is, yes, I have financed some wholesalers myself, and I like wholesalers. Main reason is that they're already in the business. They know the market well. They know the after repair value very, very well, because that's what they do for a living. And that makes it much easier to evaluate the numbers and to help them. Yes, and I do have some people who have borrowed money, who have fixed well, and they have sold well. So if a wholesaler wants to flip, I'll be very happy to refer people.
Would you guys lend on those wholesale deals where the wholesaler has to buy the property in order to sell it to an investor?
Oh yeah, if the deal makes sense, Ravi and I we're gonna fund it.
Gotcha. What does it mean for or the phrase "if the numbers work"?
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, we're going to lend up to 65 to 70% of the after repair value. That's one of the big hurdles.
Ravi, what about you?
Yeah. If you buy smart, that's the main thing. You must make money for us to make money. So if you don't make money, that's not good for anybody. Like Mike is saying, 65%, 70% of after repair value is the maximum amount that we can loan out. Now, minus repairs, because if there is a $20,000 repair bill coming up, that's your own estimate, then we put that $20,000 in escrow, and it's only given once the repairs are made. So that's all part of the numbers. So you look at, let's say there's a property that you're buying for $100,000. Its after repair value is 100,000. Now, you're not paying 100, but after repair value is 100,000. And let's say you get it for 70,000. Now that's the maximum amount that we can lend. But if there is a $20,000 repair bill, then the maximum you can get at closing is 50,000. And then 20,000 is put in escrow, and that escrow is used as draws. So as repairs are done, only when the repair is completed, let's say you did $10,000 worth of repairs already, we can release $10,000 to cover your expense to that day, and then you can continue your repairs again. So it just works out very well as long as you buy it smart. And buying smart means 65 to 75% loan to value after repair value.
Got it. All right. So how many investors do you guys lend on? I guess in a year, how many people do you say you work with, Ravi?
Right now, I would say about 12 to 14. 12 is normal for any 1 year.
All right. What about you?
Yeah, I work with probably 20 to 30.
20 to 30. All right. That's a lot of deals, guys. It's a lot of people out there working with these guys. So, wholesalers, Andrew, Adam. Sorry, I don't know why I called you Andrew. I'm so sorry. All right. How many loans do you lend to any one investor at a time?
I don't have a hard and fast rule. It depends on that investor, and it depends on the deal and how much excess cash I have sitting around. But I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. So I don't think I have a fixed, number for that.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Again, it's not a fixed number for me either, but I would say maximum four is reasonable. If it starts to get to 5 or 6, I get nervous. So because if anything goes wrong, it becomes my headache. So
Right. That's understandable. And I guess my last question will be, because I want to stay in some time. Let me choose a really good one. So do you guys recommend an investor refinancing your loan at any point in time, and why would you recommend that? Can you guys hear me?
What's the
Yeah,
question
but I'm
number you're on?
not, what's the question again? Do you ever recommend investors to refinance out of a loan?
Yes.
Well, sure. If they found a better deal and, you know, improves their profit, then that makes sense. And also, they may have gotten to the end of our loan and they really want to change it to a long-term hold. And, you know, I don't have a lot of long-term hold money, so they need to find another lender. So having an exit strategy of refinancing is great.
Gotcha.
To answer the same question, my loans are typically 6 to 12 months. They mature in 12 months. So that's the deadline. And do I encourage them? Actually, it's mandatory. They must either sell the property or refinance it at the end of 12 months.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't have any long-term financing available, so that option is not there. They just have to sell or refinance.
All right. Do you guys have any questions? So you might have to get up.
All right. When you guys are valuing the property for that ARV, I'm assuming you're not going to take our word for it. So are you guys sending an appraiser out there, or how do you guys usually go about that?
Well, I do one of two things. The first thing I do is I go online and do sort of a desktop valuation. And then I'll go visit the property. And sometimes that's enough for me. And sometimes, you know, I control investor money and they want an outside appraisal. So I'll do all three. I'll go online, I'll go visit the property and require a professional appraisal. So it can just vary with where I'm sourcing my funds and how familiar I am with that neighborhood.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I don't do any outside appraiser. I look at it on the computer first, then I go visit the property, and I would say within an hour we can decide what the value is, because right now the valuations are very high. They are in fact surprising me many times. So whatever I think it's worth, it turns out the market says it's worth more, which is good for everybody. So that's happening right now. But yeah, it's a simple determination. It's not anything complicated where we have to wait for one more person to visit and do more detailed work and then come up with a number. Because we are at 65% loan to value anyway, so we are okay.
Okay. And two more really quick questions. One, what is the percentage that I'd be looking at if I was to get a loan from you? And
I charge a 10.5% annualized interest rate.
Now, how much interest rate for a hard money loan?
Sure.
Yeah. My rate is 9% in the first 6 months. If you can pay it off in 6 months, it's 9%.
Okay. And then how quickly can you close on a deal?
We close just about as quick as you want. We typically close 3 days from whenever your closing agent sends my attorney the lender's title commitment.
Yeah, same thing here. Once you get the title commitment and your title company is ready with a clean title, and it takes a couple of 3 days to get the lending documents in place, and that's it.
Got it. Any other questions?
Hey guys, I actually don't have a question, but I want to say that the two guys on the screen, Ravi and Mr. Combine, you guys have funded every single deal that I've done in the last year, and you guys are awesome. You saved me a lot of money, so I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Who is that what's talking? I can't see on the computer.
Me, Seth Timmerman.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the plug for both of us.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your kind words.
All right. Any other questions? Do we have any Zoom questions?
I have a question
Okay, go ahead.
for everybody that's out there. Was this format able to communicate okay, you know, us on a computer and them sitting there kind of away from, well, I don't know how big your screen is. It may be minuscule, it may be giant. I just want to know the people that are there, if that works for them.
It worked? Oh. Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah. So we will go over contact information. I'm just trying to get any questions out. And I have like 2 questions to ask. And then we'll give you the contact information. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so I guess I'll ask my last 2 questions.
Okay.
The buy and hold differences. I guess that we have differences in your lending with buying and holding a property or flipping a property. Or, yeah, your lending differences. Do you guys get that question? Did I ask that right?
What's the difference in our loan terms between flip and buy and hold?
Yes.
Well, typically for a buy and hold, the rates are going to be lower with my money, but I don't have much buy and hold money available. It sort of comes and goes from some IRA investors, and it is lower rate, but there's a prepayment penalty. They want their money to be out there for 5 years, and they don't want the money back, so they have some prepayment penalties in that. Whereas Ravi and I's fix and flip loans, they don't have any prepayment penalties. The quicker you buy, fix it and sell it, the better you're gonna, you're just gonna save the interest, and the rate's a little higher.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Same comment from me. In fact, I don't have the second option at all. I do not finance anything that's buy and hold because everything matures in 12 months, and anything beyond 12 months is not in my books. So I cannot offer anything like that. So it's only quick fix and sell.
Would you guys recommend, I guess, lenders, like if you have an investor that comes to you with a deal that you can't do, would you recommend to another lender, hard money lender?
Oh yeah, I refer deals that I can't, if I run out of money or it's just a deal I don't like or I can't do, but I think someone else will do it, I'll refer to another hard money lender.
Yes, I've done the same. I've referred some clients to Mike, and Mike has given me some clients, and we all cooperate because it's the client's interest that is more important to me. That the client makes money and is able to do the deal that they have worked so hard to arrange.
Gotcha. So I guess we can go ahead and go through contact information. Ravi, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to go ahead and give your contact information. Did you hear me? Ravi?
Oh, contact information. I did send you an email with my contact information, and I said, please go ahead and circulate that or send everybody an email copy of it. But contact information is simple. It's my cell phone number and my email address. So it's raviprasad2000@gmail.com.
And you can find me at richmondmortgage.com. Just spell it all out, one word. My contact information at www.richmondmortgage.com.
Gotcha. And what we're going to do is we're going to add you guys' contact information to the screen so you will have it. But we want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. Do we have any questions before we go to questions? So that means you guys will walk away knowing how to find some money for your deal. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate the time and answering all of our questions. Did you guys enjoy us tonight?
I enjoyed it. Worked out better than I thought.
All Hi, Ravi's wife. Hi.
It turned out great for me because I have a drink in my hand and I'm sitting at home and it's wonderful.
And you're out of the rain. Guys, we want to thank you guys so much for coming in the pouring rain. So this was really awesome.
Okay,
If you don't mind, I could just go ahead and give your number out.
sure.
All right, Ravi's number, guys, 804-334-4238. And email address, raviprasad2000@gmail.com. RAVIPRASAD 2000@gmail. All right. And we're going to have it on the screen as well, guys. But thank you guys so much. If you want to wave us goodbye, we really appreciate you guys tonight.
Bye-bye.
Joining us. All right. Cool. All right.